Hello again, friends, and welcome back to Talking Non-League Live, the football show with me, your host Martin. Welcome into your midweek edition of all your Thurlow Nunn and SIL news, views, and look ahead to the weekend. Another big weekend of football coming up locally with some really interesting ties. It's going to be a jam-packed show for you guys this evening. We've got Thomas meets Paul Musgrove of Stowmarket Town. Stowmarket, who recently had that fantastic record-breaking achievement. So they'll be with us, and Thomas and Paul will be going through some local Thurlow Nunn fixtures and pulling out some of the better talking points, if you like, and really sort of previewing the weekend. And then we've got Dan Barnard being joined by Dean from Achilles, and I think Thomas will sit in on that one as well. And then we're talking all things SIL, from Achilles versus Capel Plough to couple of fixtures that Dan's picked out as his pick of the week, if you like. And it's going to be a really busy, really fun show, and I'm glad you could join us on a Wednesday evening. It's not been too good today. Dean Cooper's already in the building. Good evening, Dean. I hope you're well, my friend. Put your feet up, get yourself a cup of coffee, and we'll get with you very shortly. Now, as you guys know, I am disabled, and sometimes my health is not the greatest, and today is one of those days. So today, I'm literally going to introduce and then put my feet up the same way I've just asked Dean to, and watch two masters in action. Because this evening, Thomas, Merlin becomes the master magician, and we'll let you and Dan sort it out.
Thank you.
You looking forward to it?
Yeah. AVG just popped up as you were talking to me. I was like, "Whoa, go away!" So it's like, probably to the screen.
Leah, who was on the show Saturday, he has sent me some wonderful clips of Thetford's game, I believe, last night, and I'm going to bring those to the show on Sunday, and I'm going to make a little bit of a fun thing with it, because something happened which was absolutely out of the crazy. I don't know if you've heard, I don't know if you've seen, but some really good videos, so I'll be making sure they're on the show on Sunday. So we've got some content for Sunday.
The only thing is we shouldn't have had him on Sunday. It's broken the record. Or on, we have him on the show and they win afterwards, and all of a sudden Leeds come on. You just ruined it for us.
Yes. Did they lose?
They lost last night, yeah.
I've not looked. You see, I've not been very well, so I've not looked.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, you see, once you guys said that you were fine to do it, I was like, okay, well, I haven't got to do much research, so I've just taken the day off, to be absolutely brutally honest with you. Oh, yeah. Lee, Thetford, you've let us down. Thetford, What have you done? That's okay.
That was the second time they come on, though, so we won't include them.
It's okay, though. Yeah, it's okay. We haven't got to include them anymore. They're cut out. They're excommunicated. Hopefully, Dean and Achilles can sort of, turn that around again, because we've got a good history, Seg, of getting people on the show and then their club recording a win.
The only trouble is Dan will be there for it as well, so maybe he'll be the unlucky omen for
it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's the jinx.
When you speak to Dan, make sure you do mention Claydon's fixtures this week, all right? And I mean Dan's Claydon. Get his perspective on it. Try and get a couple of words out of him, because that's always gravy, that is.
Yeah, Dan won't say anything.
Oh, we've got to try and price something out of him. You really have. You really have. But I'm looking forward to so obviously Stowmarket Town being on the show. I know Paul's been on the show previously, but it was an incredible achievement that they did. Who have they got on Saturday? Do you know that fixture for them on Saturday?
Yeah, it's Mildenhall who won. Hang on.
Mildenhall, yeah. So Mildenhall, who currently sit in, where is it? 10th place. Played 6-1-3.
They beat Pepper 5-1 last night. They're the ones.
Yeah. They're the ones. Oh, Stowmarket Town, you've got to redeem us. You've got to redeem us, Stowmarket Town, because they stopped our fortunes. I can see Paul is in the VIP section. He's helping himself to the grapes and the free wine. You help yourself there, Paul, and I'll hand over now. Thomas meets Paul Musgrove of Stowmarket Town.
Hello.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Not too bad yourself?
Yeah, fine, thanks, mate. Sorry I'm late.
That's no problem. No problem at all. Just how was training before we?
It was intense, mate, as always. But it was good. Nice to be get out and get some fresh air after a day like today.
I'm sure you're getting ready for Saturday after Mildenhall's result last night.
Yeah. They had a good result against Thetford. I went and had a look at it as well. So yeah, it was interesting to observe what they were up to.
What did you think of them? Just before we.
Yeah, they were good. You know, they got a strong core. Played good football, and they've got three lads that have got good movement, and obviously the lad Yeomans up front was impressive, and then they brought on Hawley as well, and he bagged a couple of goals in a few minutes. So yeah, it was good.
So you know who to watch out for.
Yeah, should be a good game. Yeah.
Yeah. So just talk about your unbeaten record now. Just to anyone who's not quite sure, how many games did you go unbeaten?
38.
38, yeah. And it's Wisbech, wasn't it, last time, who the last record holders?
It was indeed, yeah, all them years ago.
Yeah, I think it's like 1980, wasn't it? We did say it on Sunday, but I can't quite remember the exact date now. I think
It might have something 1980, yeah. I didn't quite remember.
So how did that feel? And, you know, how far do you think you can carry it on?
I'd like to think we could carry it on. You know, we just got, like I said, it's one of them things that kept being reminded to us by obviously things that were going on, but it wasn't something we were concentrating on ourselves. Rick's got a lot of he's got a lot of things going on at the moment, so it was a nice thing for him to tick another box in. He's done quite a few records since he's been here, so I was really pleased for him, and it was nice to see a smile on his face.
Yeah, I'm sure. And obviously, I know we talked about COVID last time you were on the show, but obviously you could have arguably got that record before May if it wasn't for that, couldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, because we were going so well, and we had good momentum. You know, we might have got it, we might not have got it. So, you know, there's enough negativity around at the moment. So it was like I said, it was nice to have a good positive, and you know, let's just hope that a bit of common sense stands and the record stands, and you know, like I said, it's just a nice bit of positivity and another tick in the box.
How are you finding playing during these times? Like, how are the crowd and how is everything in your eyes?
Yeah, no, it's good. Like I said, we played pre-season. There was no crowds, and it was quite strange. And now you've obviously got your limit within the ground, and it seems like every ground we go to, people were pretty much like they are in life. Some people are observing things, some people aren't. But a lot of clubs are putting a huge amount of effort in, and they're well organised, and they're safe places to go. And yeah, it does feel like when you come back into the football environment, everything's sort of quite normal. And like I say, all we keep doing is trying to just tick away and get each game out of the way, and try and get through and try and get out of this league, really.
Yeah. Obviously, you're sitting sixth at the moment, but you've only played six. With 14 points. So, what are your thoughts on the season so far? And how do you think you can make ground?
Yeah, like I said, teams have already got their points on the board who have played more games. So, we're in a position where we're going to have to catch up at some point, and we've got to try and catch them. So, it seems like a more competitive league. Again, it's a bit like a team who have gone up, been promoted. They've played a season in the league, had a blinding season, and now you're in the second season. And people, like I said, in pre-season, everybody finds out a little bit more about people. They're a little bit more astute. So yeah, it's just trying to rejuvenate yourselves and making sure that we're doing the right things, and trying to underdo teams as well, and making sure we get results.
Yeah, obviously, like we said, Mildenhall on Saturday. Go back to your 10-0 on Witton. What were your thoughts on that at the time?
Yeah, no, we always felt like we were due a result. Not quite 10, but we always felt that there was goals there to be had. We created enough chances, and obviously it fell on that night, and everything we did was good, and we had good intensity. And in the final third, we put a lot of it away. So we know. I felt a bit, sorry for Shane and that, because it was one of them nights where they were probably bad and we were so good. So it probably wasn't a true reflection on their season so far. And, we just needed to be humble in what we did and get the most out of the game and get people as many minutes as possible.
Yeah. And obviously last time I spoke to you in the mix of making signings, are you happy with what you've brought in?
Yeah, well, you're probably followed by your next question because some of them are gone. So, yeah, no, the blend's got to be right, and people in this day and age have got to feel it and enjoy themselves, and making sure everything's right. And like we all know, it's a strange world out there, and we just need people to say what they feel, and if they're not enjoying things, we are quite intense because we've got high standards. And sometimes it's for people, and sometimes it's not for people for certain reasons in their own lives, which we respect. So that's why we've had to make a couple of changes. We wish them lads all the best, and they were superb while they were with us. And we just got to make sure whoever we get in is right for Stowmarket Town.
Yeah. I won't go into more into that. That's it's down to the club and the players. So that's not it is what it is. I'm afraid.
No, there was no, like I said, that there's no animosity. Though everybody's gone with their best wishes, and everything's fine. But like I said, things change quickly for different reasons, and we've just got to adapt to that.
So I've picked a few games for the weekend just to I'll pick your brains a bit. Obviously, I chose Mildenhall versus Stowmarket because obviously got the 5-1 win last night and your unbeaten record, so that's one. But then I've got Thetford versus Long Melford. Obviously, both at the bottom at the moment. Thetford won on Saturday. What are your thoughts on that game?
What, you want a prediction?
Yeah, or just what you think?
Yeah, no. Well, I know Matt quite well at Thetford, so he's not somebody who's going to give up lightly. And
No.
There was periods last night they came out for the second half and they actually pressed Mildenhall, and for 15 minutes they, if they'd have got a second goal, it might have been a bit different. Would they have deserved it? Probably not on the whole of the game, but they've got a bit about them. They just need a little bit of luck. Melford, always well organised. Is it at Melford? Yeah.
I got down as Thetford, but I'm not sure. I can't remember.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, Melford's a tough place to go, and like I say, they've probably not been getting the rub of the green anyway. So, I'll put it down for a draw. That one.
Okay. The home dressing room there. Who this is for? Was it a pen?
I was in line with it. It was a pen in the first couple of minutes. I was right in line with it. It was inside the box. So, yes for me.
Yeah, and Thetford at home.
Thetford at home. So. Yeah, I'll go for a draw on that one.
Okay. I spoke to Matt last week, and a really good guy from what I could see. Spoke to him
good, honest lad. Yeah, wears his heart on his sleeve, and like I said, he's a good friend. I've known him for a while.
Yeah, and then I went for the North, Thurlow Nunn North for Saturday. Sorry, I went for Dis versus Marchtown.
Right.
Prediction on that one. Do you follow?
Yeah, I'd definitely have to go for March on that. To be fair, I've not actually followed Div 1 too much this season. I normally keep an eye out. This isn't too far away from me. But I'd definitely go. March. I know I've got a good thing going on there. Have they got a link with Kings Lynn? Or was that Downham? Can't remember now. But anyway, I'll go for March.
So I know they're in third place at the moment, and obviously Dis are in fifth and had a decent start to the season. So it's definitely a game to watch out for.
Yeah. Who else have you got on your list?
I went Great Yarmouth Town versus Leyton Reserves last night for Saturday as well. Yarmouth lost 6-1 last night to Sheringham. So.
Yeah, I would say I'd go for Leyston on that.
Yeah, Yarmouth got a big game to go against them on Saturday after losing a big last night. So
yeah, they'll want a reaction, to be fair to them, and depends really. Depends what side Leyston have got out as well. They, if they've got, they might throw a couple of first teamers in who need to match minutes or need to get fit. So.
And in the south, I went for Frenford versus White Ensign, who Frenford a second, White Ensign a fourth. Obviously, should have Brett coming on Sunday from White Ensign. Obviously beat Witten last Sunday in the Vars. 10 men down and won 1-0. Good result for them.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. I'll go for a draw on that one as well, I think.
Okay, we'll have to watch this back and get what you got.
I hope so. Yeah, I should enter the score prediction league for DJam and that doing, but I've got enough time on my hands like other people.
I know, yeah, busy time, isn't it? But
yeah,
I'm writing it down. Don't worry. Well, I'm writing it down. We'll put you
You'll
at the top
be
of the.
holding them to me, Martin.
I certainly will be in a Top Gear predictor table, if you like. You know, like this, the fastest lap. This is the who can nail the predictions that the guys are going to bring. Because Dean will be asked by Dan some fixtures, so Dean better be getting some homework in quickly on up and down the table. But really well done to you guys. I couldn't let you go without saying well done to you. A club that I've followed for a number of years now, and obviously worked with and spoken with on a regular basis. I was really pleased to see you grab that record of yours. You would have had it last year, obviously, but COVID robbed you of it.
No, much appreciated, and like I said, it's we like what you boys do, and it's nice to keep in contact, and it's nice that there's people out there that have sort of do recognise and appreciate the record. There's a lot of hard work gone in from everybody at Stowmarket, so let's. It was just nice to have a bit of positivity and something away from it that everyone's achieved, and now we just move on to the next game.
Hopefully it continues.
Yeah, appreciate that, chaps.
Yeah, especially against Mildenhall, who ruined our record of making sure guests get 3 points after they leave the studio. So, from me to you, smash them.
do our best, mate.
Good man. Look after yourself, Paul, and hopefully have you on again soon.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Take care, chaps. Enjoy yourself.
Later.
Paul.
Enjoy your
Thank you,
evening.
mate. Dan, my man. How you doing?
How you doing, mate? You alright?
I've been better. Are you well?
Yeah, not bad at all.
Good. Are you ready for the weekend?
Who's playing the weekend? I don't know nothing about it.
You tell me.
You boys should have done your homework.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be coming back to you, Dan. Don't worry. I'll be coming back to you. Now you've brought the tables out, I'll be coming back to you. I'll let you boys get on with your SIL. Sorry I can't join you, but I'll be here. Don't worry. I'm watching you, Dan. I'm watching.
Bit of a worry, isn't it?
He's gone, yeah. He's gone. So, obviously we'll wait for Dean to come in. I don't know where he is, whether he's in or out. I don't know.
Gotta give him an introduction.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Evening.
How you doing,
Evening.
mate? You right? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, you?
Yeah, not bad. How was training?
Tonight we didn't have it. The place we normally go to couldn't open up, so it was a case of do nothing.
Yeah, ready for the weekend.
Absolutely.
So,
We've been training in Oaks
Okay. Yeah.
school, basically 3G floodlights. But yeah.
Yeah, called off. So yeah, appreciate you coming to the show, mate. Obviously, I know it's hard times at the moment. I know what you're doing. I've been telling these boys obviously what you've been doing, and the SIL obviously aware of what you've been doing. Just basically going to give you a little bit of insight to SIL knowledge from player and obviously management. I know, but a few of the boys won't. Who's obviously online. Just to tell us where you've been and so obviously who you've managed.
Yeah, so managing wise, this is Achilles. This is my first real management job as a first team manager. Before that, I was an assistant manager with Stuart Spreadbridge at Westerfield. But then before that, I was just playing at Cranes and then obviously higher up. So this is my real first, what I want to take. But go big or nothing, really.
Yeah. So obviously, what attracted you to Achilles? Because Achilles are a massive team, massive name. Obviously, they've got history. What attracted you to them as your first manager?
Obviously, I've known them for years. Played against them. Know what they're about. They've got a massive name. Just like Cranes when I was there. Obviously, it was always us two going at it. Like I say, I knew it was going to be a challenge, and that's what I think excited me about it, because I knew it was something that it's not been before, and something that had to be going from the bottom and try and work something. And I'm the sort of person that likes to get in where it's not normally other people would take and see what I can do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's obviously a hard job to take over from Achilles. They've had the history and the background that they've got. But obviously, anyone that takes over Achilles, obviously, you have to give them 100%, credit to take them over. So, obviously, when you took over, what was your target? what was given to you?
To be fair, they weren't really. They knew themselves, obviously, that they've had the team previously, and obviously they had all these titles, and then it's literally it went to nothing. So there weren't really any big expectations to finish here or to win this. It was a case of they wanted someone like myself to come in and look at the bigger picture over the next 2, 3, 4 years and try and rebuild and get the name back up there again eventually. So again, that's what I liked about it, because it gives me time to come in. Obviously, the results at the minute are where they are, and I knew that's where it was going to be. So yeah, it's just a case of come in and over the years build and steady the ship and take it to where it used to be.
Yeah. Obviously, the results haven't gone your way that much. Obviously, the Trimley game was a bit of a roller coaster. It seems like. So that could have been but. It's just a shame that obviously you ain't got the points on the board, because we know the players you've got that are in the club at the moment. So it's just a shame. Obviously you ain't got the 3 points, but you've been close. I think obviously for the few fixtures that obviously been there. So
yeah, we've been close a couple of times. I mean, the first game of the season, I wasn't expecting us to be that dominant against Hawley. Again, 1-1, and I think we conceded in the 92nd minute from a corner, direct. So that was a bit of but on paper you'd probably take that at the start of the game, with what we had.
Yeah.
And the Trimley one, as you say, 2-0 up at half time. I think we just took the pedal off the gas and thought, got a bit excited. And as you know, the SIL they'll punish you, no matter who you're playing against. You can never let up.
I don't think you've seen the video that Martin placed on here about 2-3 weeks ago, the day after you played Trimley. He posted the video of them taking a penalty.
I see it.
Yeah. So obviously, he loves to put it in because he loves Trimley. So So obviously, as a team and a squad you've got now, how do you feel you've rebuilt already? Like, how are you feeling? Like, obviously, I know you've gone from like no players to like quite a few players in the space of a month or a couple of months. How do you feel that it's going at the moment?
Honestly, basically, we're still in the process of. I'm still bringing some in, and some are going out. I'm being quite ruthless with it, really. You know me. If the attitude's poor or anything like that, then I don't care what your name is and where you've been. If the attitude's poor for a building aside, you got to go. So there's still going to be a lot of in and outs. But I've gone back to the original of sticking with the players that, no disrespect to them, obviously I've got good players, but a lot of other people see them as average players. But I'll take them all day long because they'll give me 100%. No disrespect. Look at Westerfield now, where when I was there, Popsy will admit it himself. They're not the best players in the thingy, but they give you absolutely everything, and that's where I'm going back to, and that's the way we're going to go forward.
Yeah, we won't talk about transfers, will we?
No, let's leave that one, shall we? That weren't me.
You've got too many Brunos in your squad already, mate. There's not another one. There's no room for another Bruno.
I think on my bench the other week I had there was a Paolo, a Bruno, a Nuno. Mate, it's crazy.
So you're definitely the wolves of the SIL then.
Yeah, we'll be getting there, Ben, and we'll be all right.
You'll be getting the kit as well soon, so.
Oh God.
Who do you think in the SIL at the moment has surprised you the most? And who do you think will win the SIL at the end of the season if it happens?
Yeah. Surprised me, I would say Trimley. I didn't expect them.
You're going to give him a bigger head.
We played against them. I didn't expect them. You know what Trimley are like. They're normally they're all there, mid-table to normally, but they've got something about them. They've got a lot of depth, and they look organised. They look together, and they've got something that at the minute I haven't got, which is that team, that togetherness, which is obviously I've got to build. But they surprised me, and I'm sure they'll do well this season. And to win the league, I've said it from day one. Sorry, Dan, but Halesworth, mate,
they're a good side.
They're big time. They're there.
We played their reserves obviously 2-3 weeks ago, and their setup is great over there.
I just in the comment. No, not played them.
Well, they got lucky on Saturday, so. But yeah, as I said, the Halesworth setup at the moment is great. Obviously, their great ambitions over there is just like, you know, next to none from where they've come to how they are now. You know, it's a good thing that they're doing. You know, it's just about when they come up against, obviously, you know, the likes of Claydon and the other teams. So where they'll be placed, but obviously they've already won a cup this season already. So so it's gonna be
they're strong. They've got plans to go up, didn't they, to the Thurlow, I believe, as well.
Yeah, they'll do well in Thurlow. I think their reserve team are really good as well. Yeah. So so talk to us about Cranes versus Achilles. For you, obviously, I know for you it's massive. Like, I mean, it's going home again. Cranes are obviously, you know, wouldn't sound a downfall. Obviously, they've not had the greatest start of the season, but that's just the start of the season. And obviously for you, I think, you know, you want to get the 3 points because you need the 3 points. But obviously, you know, it's Cranes, so it's going to be a hard one for you. I don't know how you've got the boys wrapped up for that one.
The boys will be obviously. Oh mate, they feel it through me. I'm a passionate guy anyway. I like to get motivated and buzz them as best I can. But Cranes, it'll be emotional. I think that's a big one for me. Played there for many years. Love all the people behind the scenes, from the chairman right down. They give me a lot of time and they give me a lot of support and help for a lot of things. So it's a big place in my heart. And to go there, obviously, on the day, I'm going to want all 3 points. I want to beat them up. But it'd be nice to win and obviously say that we're above Cranes in the league. But like I say, they've only played 4 games, and they'll as Cranes, they'll do what they do best. They'll regroup and they'll go again, and they'll still be up there somewhere. So, but yeah, it'd be a big one for me Saturday.
Obviously, you have to keep Sega's mate quiet on Saturday. You know, Marcus Taylor is a good player as well. So
I love Marcus.
Yes, he's got good.
But I wish I was still playing because I'd kick people like him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. To be fair, Segas, you got any questions you want to ask me?
I was saying, how do you feel seeing Cranes struggling this year? Because obviously he played there for quite a while before Achilles. So how does it?
Yeah. If honest, obviously I know I'm an Achilles man now, but it hurts. It hurts to see him there because, if I'm honest, I think the whole null and void season, and obviously then the what they call the COVID Cup now, or was. I think that took the sort of momentum away from him, and obviously it then just went into the whole gap. Just really didn't help him kickstart. Obviously, a lot of teams have started stronger and whatever, but for Cranes, yeah, I think it hurts a bit to see him where they are. But like I say, 4 games in, I know what Cranes are like. They'll have signings somewhere, special ones come in, like Marcus, great signing, great bloke, great player. They'll pull people in the bag. They've still got the likes of Nay, Geno. Do you know what I mean? They're still strong.
They've got Mo as well. They've got Mo as well, still scoring.
Yeah. So yeah, hurts a bit. But
on a personal level, where do you see yourself in sort of 5 years' time? Do you still see Achilles or Cranes or higher up? Where would you like to be?
Ambition-wise, obviously, I want to go as high as I can. Before I took the Achilles job, I turned down the Debenham assistant role. He wanted to bring in a third man in Alex, who I know as well. Great bloke. But for me, at that level, three is a weird number. It just wouldn't work. So I pulled out of that and obviously then went for the Achilles job and took that. So, but plan-wise, yeah, down the road, for me, I want to be as high as I can, Thurlow Nunn or wherever. But main focus, obviously, over the next, hopefully 2, 3, 4 years. If I'm being successful at Achilles eventually, then there's no reason for me to go anywhere. I'd like to do well there.
Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't really.
They've definitely got potential, Achilles. Obviously, you know, it hates me to say that as being a Claydon, but obviously, you know, they obviously, you know, have done well in the past, and I think they'll do well in the future. Obviously, the reserves are running quite high at the moment. which is good. So, but yeah, hopefully you'll get him back on. I think he will. I think you've got great ambitions there. Stop seeing my players. Joking.
Only go for the best man.
Yeah.
Take it as a compliment.
No. So obviously, I've got some fixtures that obviously I want to go through with you for the Saturday. See what you think, and obviously if you think different. For the senior division, obviously I've gone Bilderston versus Old Newton. I see that being like a really good clash. Obviously, Bilderston are flying high again, and Old Newton are still doing well. So what do you reckon about that game?
Like I say, Bilderston are picking up now, and Old Newton are. I'm going to go for Old Newton.
Yeah,
because they're just strong. They just know how to win games. And Bilderston, although they're coming up and starting to get some wins, I think they're still on that little up and down. I think Old Newton are strong, and Mac always gets players ready.
Yeah. Well, what makes them strong?
Old Newton.
Yeah.
Their togetherness and the management behind it. Everyone's together, and no matter what you look at in what position, they've got cover, and they've got some good experienced players. I know they lost the likes of Matty Hayden and that a little while back, but they've got depth and they've got youth coming through. Their reserves ain't half bad either. But like I say, it's the whole from management there down. It's just solid.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'd agree. I said about 2 weeks ago that obviously they're a good club. They're a good setup. Obviously, throughout the A's to the first team, you can't really go wrong. To be fair, the next one, obviously, and this one you have to give me a result. You can't. So I put Cranes versus Achilles.
I knew you would. I'm going to go 4. We're going to nick it.
Yeah.
2-1.
2-1.
So
Yeah.
the thing is now the pressure's on you because most of the time we've had guests on and they've won the game afterwards.
Oh,
so you know this. Apart from last Sunday where we had Lee Simmons on, Deptford lost last night, but we had Matt on last Wednesday and they won last Saturday. I had Fram on here. They had a bit of a bad run and then they come on here and they won 2 in a row.
They're flying.
So you know, you're under a bit of pressure now coming on the show. I mean,
2-1.
2-1. Last week, obviously, we got sent a inspirational video from obviously Sega's, and it done the world for us. Like we won the game, just so inspirational. Like he was getting ready to go and get some white lightning from the corner shop because he had his coat on and everything. So he obviously. That was a quick one. So, but I heard there's a rumor, there's a video about somewhere else for you. So, he might send it to you. Or so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
If you want to watch it, it's available now.
Happy days.
It's available on all.
No, tough game for you Saturday, understandably, but you're Achilles. Sort it out. Achilles shouldn't be having this kind of form at the moment. They're one of the biggest teams in the SIL. It's just not right to see them without a win so far. I understand you've got Cranes. But surely, if you've got Cranes, that's a bigger test, which means bigger challenge, which means a great result if you win. Make it your first result. Make it your first win. Keep an eye on Marcus Taylor because he'll probably score a goal or 2 if you let him. Mo Fike as well. He was on fire in friendlies for pre-season. For some reason, it hasn't worked out for him. And they're falling down the table, which also, to be honest, they should be higher up than what they are. So hit them when they're down. Get your first 3 points of the season, and make this the start of your season before it gets too late.
Love that. I
mean, if you need it sent to you, I'll get Dan to send it to you and you can send it to all your players.
That's class. One thing I know about Cranes, obviously I know Cranes, so I know how they play, I know how they work things, I know how to set up stuff, everything ready.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I got
a video.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to put it in the group. I put it into the groups of my boys last Friday, and obviously they were buzzing off it. They were literally like, they had it all in their phones when they came to the game, listening to it in their car. You could hear it loud in the car, instead of playing music. So
I got a full-time job. Just recording messages all week now.
Brilliant.
I was quite worried about where he was standing behind a wall. He's probably working. He just skived off work for about 5 minutes.
Like hiding.
Yeah. Yeah. So Division 1, I've gone for Bacton versus Wickham Market. I mean, Bacton and Wickham Market played each other a couple of weeks ago, and I think Wickham Market just notched it in the last minute of the game. Obviously, Wickham Market hadn't lost the game yet. So, what do you reckon about the Wickham Market game?
For me, Baghdad on their day can turn up and do something, and they're at home, and their pitch is decent, but Wickham Market, they're too strong. I think that'll be a bigger scoreline this time round as well.
Yeah, it was 3-2 last time. So
I think it's going to be. They're going to score 3 or 4 more, but I can't see them conceding many this time round.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to go mate, I'll give you the score. I'll go 4-1.
You're going to get Ryan coming to you afterwards. He'll be messaging you later on.
He will.
Yeah. Also, the bottom 2, Stanton versus Wen Aston. Obviously, it's a shame to see these 2 teams honestly where they are, because obviously Wen Aston were playing in the senior, and obviously Stanton were a good setup as well. It's a shame to see them not winning any games at the moment. So I don't know what you think about them.
I'm going to go for Stanton.
Yeah.
Just they're at home, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a tough place to go.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I'm going there. Well, also, the fans are horrid for the opposition. They give you so much stick. So Stanton. Yeah,
cool. Yeah, definitely. Div 2, Somersham versus Melton. Somersham has been surprised this season in the league. They've not lost a game. Obviously, they've got the slope to their advantage this weekend against Melton. Obviously, Melton have been a bit of a team that have been up and down. They've obviously lost 2 and won 2. And obviously, they've won the cup already this season. So obviously, it's going to be a bit of a tough one for both of them.
I'm going to go for a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plain old draw.
Sitting on the fence.
Sitting on the fence, basically. Yeah. I can't choose those draw.
Yeah. And I think obviously the fixture of the week, I think, is your shirts versus Brob.
Definitely the fixture of the week. I mean, there's good players, and as you know, your shirts are basically old Cranes reserves of all the champions and stuff like that. But and then you've got Brantford Old Boys. We've got a lot of Kitch boys in there, but for me, the experience of your shirts will just nick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scoreline?
It's going to be a good one. 3-2.
Oh, it'll be a good game. Good game. Brob obviously they won on Saturday against Ipswich Athletic, so obviously they'll probably be another a bit of a up at the moment. So
they'll be buzzing.
Yeah, definitely. There's only one fixture in Division 3 that stood out for me, which is Unity versus Stage. The fixture was 0-0. The fixture was 0-0. They've already played each other, so it's 0-0. Obviously, I've gone for them as well. So obviously, Stage's games are the 2 league seat games they've played is 4-4. I
think Stage are a bit up and down, aren't they? They started quite, but I think I'm going to go for Stage. I think they're due a victory. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, to take to Brantford, I will do in a minute. To take to Brantford United, obviously, I think it was 1-0 before the Waterlock pitch.
Yes.
Obviously, it's a good obviously for Stage. They've got some fight there. So what do you reckon the scoreline?
A Stage, they concede, but I'm going to go 3-2 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more goals, but they're going to. I think they're due a win now.
Yeah, 100%. And the last one is Div 4, Stonham versus Codnam Reserves. Stonham are sitting 4th and they've only lost 1 game. Codnam are sitting top, but they've not lost. I mean, that's quite a tasty affair. I know a few players at Stonham. Obviously, they're regrouping again, and obviously Codnam throughout the club is decent, so it's going to be
massive. Codnam are, like I say, They've got a good setup from top to bottom, first team right down. But then Stonham got big plans as well. That I've seen what they're about and what they're doing. I'm gonna go for a Stonham win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've just recently signed Elliot Ballard as well. So
Have they? I tried to get Elliot.
yeah.
So if you're listening, Elliot,
Nah.
he's a good player.
Yeah, he's a decent player. I think he's still at Stowmarket Town right now, but in the reserves, I think. So
Yeah,
obviously he's still doing good things. So which is good. Yeah. So obviously they're my fixtures for the week. Obviously, I would give you Claydon A's fixture, but I've been on the show too long now to get predictions for them. It normally goes the wrong way. So I have to normally keep quiet on the whole front now about fixtures and
Who you
results. So we've got Derby. We've got Needham. We've got Needham Market A.
I'm going to go 1-0 Needham.
No, cheers, mate. Nice.
No, I'm joking.
Who invited him on? Who invited him on?
You can't have a derby and not say anything about it. Come on, Danny.
You know
have
it. Go on.
I mean, as I said, like we look at the results from who we've played and they've played. Obviously, they drew with Stow Upland. We beat them 5-0. They beat Curtin 4-0. We beat them 3-2 on Saturday. So it's going to be a bit of a balanced game. Obviously, we're at the Theatre of Dreams, as you know.
The carpet.
The carpet. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to say that we'd go on a win 3-4-1. We always do that little lapse of letting a goal in or two. So, but yeah, I'm hoping for a win. I know a couple of their players that play for them, so I know a lot of them have come from Claydon under 18s from last season Sunday League. So they're going to be up for it. So obviously our boys are going to be up for it. Yeah. So we've got a couple missing this Saturday. So yeah,
You'll still be all right.
Yeah, hopefully.
Still be all right, mate.
You said one needed that, didn't you?
No, I was joking. I was just trying to get a little bite, but obviously it didn't happen.
You love the fishing rod, mate.
I do.
Yeah.
So if it is 1-0, there'll be a violin out if it's 1-0.
There you go. Like Ben's obviously there you go. Ben, so yeah. I mean, it's going to be tough for us. I mean, it's the same like any league game we play now. It's going to be tough for an intermediate B now. So we're playing against good teams, So it's the same obviously for Achilles. Obviously, they're new incoming players. Obviously, you probably haven't played as much senior football as you'd like, but obviously, the football standards obviously quite high and quite good football.
So, what's your plans over the next 2-3 years?
My plans is to kick Kenny off his stool.
He'd love that as well. He'd love that.
I mean, obviously, I've still got a lot of learning to do. But yeah, Kenny knows it as well. So he'll go upstairs and I'll take over. And he can be the groundsman. He'll love that. So yeah, and obviously Dicker still be in goal for me. 100%. David Moyes, yeah. So yeah, I mean,
biggest question tonight is I'd say biggest question tonight. Where's your beard? The biggest question tonight. Where's the beard gone?
I had to shave it off. It was getting a bit too much. It was getting a bit too long. I mean, Cruncher made a point. I had to look at it in the mirror. Thought that's got to come off. It's got to come off. It's Derby Day Saturday. It gets a bit dirty on Saturday on a Derby Day.
What was Cruncher's point?
He said he loves my beard, so but it was getting quite long. So the trouble is you can't grow one, so that's the problem. You still got that little bum fluff on the bottom there.
Yeah. It'll come one day.
Yeah, nah. So, but yeah, I appreciate you coming on, mate. Obviously, it's good to have you on. Obviously, we chat every week. We talk about football. I wish you all the best. Obviously, for Achilles. Obviously, of course, not playing Claydon. I think that's going to be a tasty affair for some sort of reasons. We know that. But obviously, we always want to, I always want to see our mates do well in the league, and obviously, you should be there or thereabouts and stay up. So
I appreciate it, mate, and thank you all for having me on, just to obviously express that sort of side of things and talk obviously SIL.
Yeah.
So I must win now, Stiggles.
Yeah, you have to win.
Yeah, you got to win there. Yeah.
But remember to get that video that obviously.
Send me the video. I'll put it in my group chat.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. All right, pal.
Good luck.
Top man.
Appreciate-
Thank you.
Appreciate
Cheers.
coming on. Take it easy, mate. See you later.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. All right, bye-bye.
Well, it's another
That's
show.
good. Yeah, another good show. Obviously, is Martin awake? There he is.
I'm
look.
here.
Yeah, just I think.
He's there.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm wearing a black jumper, and the rest of it is all pajamas. I'm ready to go. I'm rocking and rolling. But that was a great interview. You both did really well. You've both held the fort magnificently. I know if I'm ever ill again, that you've got it.
Yeah.
You've got it. Don't ask me to rate you individually though, because that's just not fair. But you both did wonderfully there. And
I'll slip that £5 to you later on.
yeah, five. I thought we said tenner.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's 10 of that. Yeah, that was it. Seconds off of your 5, wasn't it?
I didn't hear a score prediction from you though for Claydon versus Needham.
Did you not? I did say it.
Did you? I thought I must have.
Yeah.
I must have dozed off. What was it?
I can't remember.
Thomas, what did you?
Well, I would have gone for a Claydon win, but he shaved the beard off, so I'll go for a 1-1.
1-1.
There's never a 1-1 in the SIL.
No.
Okay, then I'll go for 2-2 then.
But you've got to know, Dan, that 1-1 for Thomas is bold. Like,
Yeah.
he thinks he's stepping out with that 1-1. Like, he thinks he's being edgy. So
Exactly. If it never happens in the SIL, then it's going to happen at some point. Yeah.
he must have fainted last night, Dan, being a Town fan, seeing 4-1, not 1-1. You know.
Well, my prediction. I felt bad about putting my prediction yesterday, and I said 2-1 Doncaster. But obviously, when they lost 4-1, I felt a little bit better. So
you were far too reserved. That was your issue, far too reserved. But we're done. So we're back on Sunday, 9:15 as always, breaking all the weekend's action down with our teams trending up, teams trending down. We'll have how the guys did with their scores tonight. I've really enjoyed watching, and I look as pale as a ghost. Jesus Christ. I look like Casper's ugly uncle. I will be back Sunday, as will both of you. Any final words before we depart?
no, so I said, have a good rest of the week. Hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And obviously up the Claydon.
Up the Claydon, yeah. Big 3 points coming Saturday.
I mean, Dean loves the Trimley, doesn't he?
Yeah. Love Trimley Red Devils, mate. Yeah, they are a team that's together. Anyway, we could go on and on about Trimley. We won't do. We'll see you all Sunday with White Ensign's manager.
Brett Munyard.
Thank you very much, Thomas. And of course, that man there in the middle will be back as well. With love,
And
with
after
care.
an Achilles win.
Yeah, and a Stone Market Town win.